Well, here we are, back at base camp. Now then, I wonder if Albedo could be around here somewhere. Though I don't really see
A single sword is more than enough.
any guys with the look of a refined scholar. Still, maybe he's... Oh, just the sight of it makes me feel cold already. There's someone down there. I wonder who that is. Definitely not Albedo, unless he likes cross-dressing, maybe?
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Oh, Barbara was here as well. Seems like she's in a rush.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
Yeah, she seemed quite cold. Maybe she's got the spirit of a Dragonspine inside of her.
I thought I heard something.
Oh,
Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
I wasn't eavesdropping. Paimon was.
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
Oh, Paimon, you've done it now.
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
I don't think you know the definition of the word whisper, Paimon.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you.
So it's me.
The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping.
Oh, phew.
Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
Wait, the sisters can do that?
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
Oh, is the church also of the police station?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
Fair point.
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Oh, Paimon, I'm sure you will in no time.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains?
Well, we're investigating the truth of this world.
But you're only a traveler. I doubt you have any great skill in alchemy.
Oh, how rude.
Whatever. I had a notion of who you were seeking.
Oh, but I didn't say his name.
If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks.
Oh?
Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
Made their way up where? And who?
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant.
Oh, so you're more like a detective.
I couldn't care what you think.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Well, lead on.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Well, she seems like a no-nonsense kind of girl, so I guess we better do exactly what she says. Can't imagine what she's like when she's angry. Or happy, even. Well, here we are again. Okay, oh, there's some footprints right here.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
You make a good point, it is.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Wow, as openly suspicious as Rosaria sounds, she does kind of raise a good point about Paimon. I mean, we don't really know much about her, or her abilities to just appear and disappear at will.
Aboard on the
Certainly
road.
food for thought. Wink wink. Okie doke, let's keep climbing the mountain. Well, seems he went this way.
It's getting colder and colder.
Don't remind me.
Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm alright. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Oh really?
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Yeah, me too. I wonder what her backstory is. Although I doubt she'll tell us about it freely. Maybe Barbara knows a bit more about her. We'll have to ask her next time we see her. Right, where did he go? Left or... Oh, he went left, did he? Oh, some dancing hillichurls over there. Oh, could that be Albedo? What's he doing?
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
Yeah.
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape.
Ah, now that you mention it, Sucrose did say something about that.
The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
That's also very true.
But can't he see those hillichurls? Isn't he in danger?
Well, they are only hillichurls, Paimon. Oh, I guess they heard her.
Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them.
You did indeed.
Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Sounds like a plan.
Freeze! Who are you? Why did you alarm them?
I am Aether.
Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hillichurls unfinished.
Oh, you were painting the hillichurls.
What's up with painting hillichurls? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Oh, so he's attracted to hillichurls?
Wow. Look at the detail. But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hillichurls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here.
You could say that.
In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Oh, you're oh, I guess she is leaving. Well, bye-bye then. It was nice to to meet you.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey!
I think she's long gone, Paimon.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, you can say that again.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her.
Thank her for what?
But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Oh, yeah, actually we were.
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
She did indeed.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here.
Yep.
Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking.
No, it was nothing, really.
I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things.
I don't know what you could be hinting at.
I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct?
Oh, wow. You certainly are worthy of your scholarly reputation.
Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously.
Oh, and what research would this be?
Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
If you want to start there, then start there.
Whoa. You want to start with that?
Why not?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain.
Oh?
For example, awakening life.
Oh.
Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Oh. Wow. Hey, where did it go?
You can do that?
Wow, alchemy really is miraculous.
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results.
Okay.
It's like you, in that it hails from another world, helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
How did you get this seed from another world?
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Oh, there's that word again. What is it with all these alchemists wanting to research me?
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Is there any danger?
It's possible. But I will do
Okay.
everything in my control to ensure your safety.
Well, bonus points for being honest about it, I guess.
Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Okay, well, lead on.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Okay, seems we're heading even deeper into Dragonspine. What could possibly go wrong? Apart from us freezing to death. That sunlight though. Oh, sure is pretty. Okay, this should be the place Albedo was talking about.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
Hey, don't spoil the surprise.
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible.
Yeah, it's a little hard to follow.
Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, If it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Oh, a cheapskate.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Oh, well, you sure know how to keep Paimon on board.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at.
Oh, so he's a father.
The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person.
Yeah, you won't find one.
How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard.
Well, I might not be able to answer them, but go ahead.
Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
A fourth stomach? Does that mean you have 3 stomachs? But to answer your question, there's none that I'm aware of.
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
I hope not.
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
Oh, I was wondering when she was gonna catch on to him calling her a child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
I doubt it, since I caught Paimon with a fishing rod.
Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you?
Well, she did guide us towards the Statue of the Seven.
But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards.
What?
No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world.
Oh, well, I guess that's a bit of a relief.
Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers.
I don't really want to be dissected, though, if that's okay.
Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally.
Oh, externally, yeah. I mean, as long as you're not going internal, I guess it's fine.
Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Okay, that sounds easy enough.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
I don't know what they are, but I think I'll stick with the slimes for now.
Slimes! Slimes are fine.
Yeah, I don't really follow. It kind of seems like a hassle.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Yeah? I didn't agree to anything. Oh, hi there.
No one escapes my sight!
Just when I thought it was all over.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer, please. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Okay, that seems to be all of them.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary?
A little cold, maybe.
If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
Yeah, I'm just a bit cold.
Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Oh, well, that's good then, I guess.
Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
That's what I was kind of scared you were gonna say.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
Yeah, leave the knives alone.
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power.
Okay.
If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Wait, what will it make my stomach swell?
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, what if it goes kaboom?
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
I'm not sure I trust you anymore.
And in the abnormal course of events?
Maybe you shouldn't answer that one.
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry.
But how, if I do explode, how could you, like, stop that before it happens? Either way, it's not hugely reassuring.
Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test.
Okay.
Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign.
Oh dear, well, I guess I'll think of it as like a health checkup.
Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it.
Okay.
It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable.
Oh, okie dokie.
I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders.
Alrighty then.
All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of safety concerns with how Albedo handles things.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Yeah. Maybe we should have followed Rosaria and just left. Oh dear.
Here, should do for catalyst purposes.
Oh, there's one down.
This one, usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Over this broken bridge, eh? I wonder, is this his campsite? I remember we walked past it last time we were here. Oh, looks like it is.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction.
Oh, there's Timaeus.
While we are waiting, have a look over here.
What is it?
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Yeah, once or twice.
Hello! I've just
Hi.
gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Wait, data? From how did you get it when you weren't even there?
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
Wow, alchemists sure work quickly.
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
Phylogenetic relationship? That's a rational direction?
Consider, you don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements.
True, but have you ever seen a slime worship at the statues of the Seven?
Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Okay.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins.
Yeah, sounds like we might need some coffee to do that.
In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world.
Yeah, don't tell everyone.
If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world... Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time.
Hey, nothing wrong with being enthusiastic.
Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
I will do.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
In line with my expectations. Ready to drink.
I'm still a little...
Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
I'm still a little uneasy about it all, but... I guess we have no choice.
I've just tried some. It's in line with my expectations.
I didn't see you take it, though.
Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel... I'll be noting down all observable results and data points.
Well, here goes nothing. Oh, what do you know? I'm still alive. Oh, wait, am I burning? Did he just set fire to me? What? Albedo.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face.
Yeah, it's kind of burning a little bit.
You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What happened to him?
Well, it kind of set me on fire.
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that.
Oh, so I wasn't gonna blow up, I was gonna be set on fire. Thanks for the warning.
This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
Well, I imagine it was the cold and the snow and wind that put the fire out, nothing else.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
He wasn't set on fire though, was he, Paimon?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig.
What, out of consideration for the test subject?
But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you.
It would indeed.
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Hey, I thought I was special.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Like me exploding.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety.
I feel like you're referring to something in particular.
The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you.
True.
People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough?
It still seems like there's another layer of meaning to your words.
To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear.
Well, that's good, at least.
Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Oh, having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but
No.
starting with the premise of an elemental life form? Now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up.
Whispering Paimon, remember?
What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something. Wait one moment.
You're not setting me at ease.
If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of scared I might blow up at any second.
An elemental life form from another world. As soon as we have strong evidence, this may end up subverting a lot of alchemical theories. Albedo's research will see huge progress.
Well, good for him. I wonder what else they found out from that experiment with me earlier. I don't remember seeing a hillichurl quite as buff as that before. I wonder if Albedo used some artistic inspiration.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Oh, there he is. Well, welcome back, Albedo.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
You couldn't really make heads or tails of anything.
Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd do with a picture of a buff hillichurl.
Well, on with the research.
Okie dokie.
There may be significant differences between different worlds.
Probably.
Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements, but worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone.
Or no one.
So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world?
I don't know if they don't exist, but I can wiggle my ears.
I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment.
Oh, I don't really want to drink any more potions, thanks.
No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around.
Okay.
Now, see this pillar here? Use your
Yeah.
willpower to try and break it.
Might know what? Maybe Paimon should give it a go.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
Why not?
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but maybe you could break it with your willpower instead?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves.
I didn't know that was possible.
I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation.
Are you sure you're not just peckish?
I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising.
Okay, noted.
Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat?
Oh, what?
I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Okay.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Well, I wasn't.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
If you say so.
Paimon bets you're just hungry.
Just like you, Paimon.
That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves.
I know what you're getting at.
Good buddies are always on the same page.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Oh, surely he can have the same amount as the rest of us, yeah?
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again.
It didn't work so well last time.
From anyway.
I wish I knew.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, probably the safest way. Go.
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the results.
Hush, I'm sure you are.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy.
Well, I've done a few bits and bobs in the kitchen before.
As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... Could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
Oh, I've never really given it much thought.
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
True, very, very true.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Oh, can you put a little bow on it as well?
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
No, it's not often that Paimon gets this much attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment.
Oh,
Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway,
yeah, I imagine there was not much anyone could do if I was, blown up.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you.
Oh, Paimon.
And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yeah, like Sucrose and Timaeus.
yes, I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment.
Oh, you sure changed the subject quite quickly.
There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch.
Okay.
I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Uh-huh.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
He doesn't seem very organized.
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid I don't.
I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look.
There should be some elemental traces in the lost items.
Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight!
I could indeed. Right, where could these things be? They wouldn't be in his camp, surely. And, or would they?
This must be electrohypostasis powder!
So he managed to lose them in his own camp. Wow.
The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it! Still in one piece! Good thing the vial's so strong!
Seems like he's not so good with his eyes.
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks.
I'm sure if you just looked a little harder, you would have found them.
I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yeah, together with my eyes and hands.
Yep! Guess it does sorta count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat.
Yeah, didn't Rosaria use it earlier?
Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning.
Ah, well, we've come this far, so we might as well be with you to the end.
In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with physical.
We're going to be fighting slimes again?
Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing?
No.
And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then?
Probably not, no.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then could you see her?
Are we still on the superpower test?
Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Okay then. This Albedo character sure is, I don't know, demanding, hard to get on with, hard to understand as well. But I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's an alchemist after all, and we're not. So it would only make sense that he knows more about this stuff than we do. I guess we'll just have to put our blind trust in him. Right, we're here.
You want us to jump from up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
It's not very reassuring.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake.
Okay,
I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
I see.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Wait, what's that in the distance?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us.
True.
Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing.
I think I'd rather not go for a dip in a lake on a snowy mountain.
No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research.
Oh, well, it's actually less stressful than the superpower part.
Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing, emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Well, this isn't too bad. I was expecting a lot worse, given Albedo's track record. You know what? It's not that far, so let's do it. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Oh, and there's Albedo. Wonder how he got down here so quickly.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Your reputation precedes you, Traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
Oh,
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
yeah.
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway,
Yeah, moving on.
if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to.
Oh, really?
If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects.
Evolution, you say?
The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting.
Okay, but What else have you researched this thoroughly?
I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't be offended.
I'll try not to be.
Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own.
Huh.
The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hillichurls? Because you got to see something new and interesting in the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
Apart from their muscles.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like some basic draft of a sketch?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime.
I'm not sure this constitutes a friendship, but whatever you say.
Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence.
Oh, I should be good at this one.
Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Okie dokie. Oh, and those must be the ruins he was talking about. Does that mean people actually lived in these mountains way back when? I wonder how they dealt with the cold.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels.
One or two.
I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test.
Oh, no problem.
I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings.
Okay then.
There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center.
Aha.
As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe.
Well, there's a will, there's a way, I guess.
Remember that this is a test of intellect. So should you get lucky in any way, that won't be factored in as part of the test.
Okie dokie.
So, let's see you in action. Start wherever you like.
Alright then, let's see what we have. So, got this one in the middle. Huh. Let's start with this one then,
It's a
shall we?
complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Okay. Aha. Ingenious. That wasn't too bad. Now, where's this other challenge? Could it be this thing here?
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Ah, sounds easy enough. Oh. Slimes and a hillichurl. Right, now we just need to find the other one. I wonder... Oh, there it is. Oh. This match.
You're in for a
Even
little
there on
shock.
Dragonspine. Okay, back to the ceiling.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism.
Okay.
Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey, explaining things is Paimon's job.
That didn't sound like foreshadowing or anything. I mean, he wouldn't be keeping anything from us now, would he? Well, let's find out. Hmm. Oh,
Seems that the water level has suddenly decreased.
is that all it did?
We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a
Yeah.
look.
I was expecting to be attacked by something, to be honest. Ah, what a nice surprise. Ah, there's these weird symbols there. Are they from the abyss?
What's this?
I don't know. Although I feel like I've seen these before.
To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets.
All over, hey?
There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery.
Indeed.
Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Okay then.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Oh yeah. Well, I take it I passed the intelligence test then.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache.
I'm a little bit hesitant, to be honest, Paimon.
Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
No, it'd be nice to warm up by the fire.
Not so fast.
Huh?
You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
Oh, Rosaria.
You didn't leave the mountain?
You've been following us?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to.
Oh, I knew it.
I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor.
Well, he was a bit shady, but do you mean he has ulterior motives?
Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating in all kinds of strange experiments?
Hey, defeating slimes isn't that strange.
I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding from the beginning.
We were just helping each other, right?
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high she can't even see over the top of it.
Yeah, I was just helping him with his research.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander.
Oh, do you?
I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
It can do that?
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
Yeah, that we know of. Well, there was that potion.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you came here to be sure, so you must have your ways of assuring yourself?
I've gotta hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
Well, we didn't put them here.
But we don't even know what they mean.
Yeah.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them.
I'm sure there must be something to them.
But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat.
Well, thanks, I guess.
Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
So, you were working, but for who?
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
Not making the best case of trust, you know? I'd sooner trust him than you, Rosaria, but...
She's gone! So stubborn.
well, good riddance.
Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that.
No. Maybe she just lacks security?
Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo!
Yeah. Let's wrap this one up. Still, it would be nice to know what these symbols represent. I mean, this one on the left looks like a rocket ship. Maybe Albedo can make some sense of them. Let's go and find out. I mean, he wouldn't keep the truth from us or anything, right? Right? And, looks like they've been working overtime. Wow. I wonder what it all means.
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion.
Oh, have you now?
You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back?
Not really.
Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go.
Okay.
But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
Good, I guess. Is that it?
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted.
Okay, care to elaborate?
Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders?
Perhaps.
I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Teyvat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom.
But where did you find it?
But after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Oh? What's he doing?
Whoa! It looks like something's
Oh,
appearing!
it's blooming. Oh. Look at that. It looks almost ghostly.
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem,
Oh,
and now to fruition,
but it's gone.
is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aww.
It was so short-lived.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
And now it's gone.
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
Maybe it was the wrong climate for it.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious.
I guess so.
A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness. So, Do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Makes you wonder how my sister is.
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you.
Oh, I know you do, Paimon.
Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Do you?
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt.
Oh,
Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom.
so that makes me a helpful specimen?
I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me.
Oh, me too, I guess.
In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again?
Sure. Even if you just want some company, you can find me anytime.
Well, glad I can count on you.
That's what I'm here for.
I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?